Hey, it's Dr. Ron here, and it's nice to see you once again. I'd like to talk today a little bit about friendships. It's kind of on my mind because of the fact that within recent days I've learned of two of our friends, couples that we know, who will be moving to active adult communities. And one of them will be some distance away. I assume that's going to impact on the quality of the friendships. Hopefully, they're going to find communities that are going to be very interesting for them with a wide range of activities. And in general, in these situations, very often people tend to stay put, do most of their activities within that situation. And I wish them well. Not ready to join them yet, but I wish them well. But the fact is that will change the quality of friendships. And the first thing I did when I heard about it was to reach out to some long lost friends, people that I had good relationships with in the past, and really reconnected, looking forward to it and getting kind of excited about it. I think that it's really important to think about the issue of friendships as we think about the whole aging process. When people think about growing older, they think in terms of, when they may retire, they think in terms of finances, maintaining good health, and all of those things are important. But we do know from a strong research base that loneliness is one of the really, really major problems of old age. Loneliness, as I've pointed out to many of you, is right up there with things like obesity, smoking, and a sedentary lifestyle in terms of reducing longevity and reducing the quality of life while we are still around. But I'm not just addressing this to older folks. I think that what we've experienced in this past year is that the pandemic has changed relationships for many of us. People have moved away, people have isolated or quarantined in some places that they learned to like and won't be right around the corner or in the neighborhood or at our workplace as they had been in the past. That's part of being human. We have the ability in modern times to move, to make changes, to meet our own needs, which may or may not impact upon others. So the critical thing then is to make sure that we give some thought to this, to give some thought to the fact that we always should have a kind of base group of friends, not necessarily people who we're most intimate or buddy-buddy with, but people who we can relate to at various times and on various levels. Some that we relate to by socializing with them in person. Others who may be some distance apart, but we share certain common interests and regularly socialize with them. It's important to not lose those friendships, and if they change, as some inevitably will, in some cases because of moving, in some cases because of illness or death, when those change, we want to be able to know that our base of friendships is big enough to maintain maximum mental health and to avoid loneliness. Now, this is a challenge for some of us, including myself. I have a lot of interests that really don't depend on other people. I enjoy reading. I enjoy learning, whether it be on the internet or from books. What I'm doing right now doesn't really require me to interact on a face-to-face basis with you. I'm hoping that people will see this as a great opportunity to interact and leave comments and learn and make suggestions for me. But the reality is that I don't have to, I can be doing this whether somebody else is watching or will be watching. As I said, I've got a lot of things that I can do on my own and that interest me. But to be able to only do that and not think about the future and relationships, friendships, that's not healthy. That's a particular concern of mine, and that's why I want to share this with you in this video. The importance of fighting the potential for loneliness, the importance of growing as a human being by not just growing intellectually, not just growing in terms of our physical health, but also growing in terms of our social connectedness and those various things that make us human. And that doesn't just happen. It requires some thought, some planning, and, as I have done this week, touching base with people who are in our orbit but who have been in kind of a distant galaxy for some point. And so keep replenishing friendships. Keep replenishing that base of friendships, and your body and your mind and your future will be grateful for it. This has been Dr. Ron Kaiser. Looking forward to seeing you next time.